Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm so excited for your weekly support. I'm Dion Davidson. Welcome to Beadly Speaking YouTube channel. I was asked a question and I decided to make it this week's topic about how do you balance it all when you're feeling fatigue or you have pain all over your body. And my answer was honestly, I don't. I'm not superwoman. Between trying to make pieces like this and, working 40 hours a week and, trying to have a social life, get out the house at least once or twice a month, it's hard to balance it all. So when you think about housework and all the things that have to get done, sometimes you don't get to everything. So what I would suggest for anyone, that's what I just started doing, because I started doing it and I stopped and I realized when I come in, the mail is right there at the door. I don't check mail. I don't know about anybody else, but there are certain bills that I know must get paid, so I just pay the bills. I don't check the mail. Like, I don't know what all this other stuff is. Most times it's just junk. So sometimes it is actual mail, like, BG&E, but I pay that online. So probably a good idea to stop the paper BG&E bill from coming. But when I think about, stuff like mail that gets sent in, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through the mail, and the magazines come, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to look through them, and I never do. And I get a stack of magazines and a stack of mail at the end of the month or 2 months later. I'm like, it's overwhelming. So to answer that question, I don't really do that. So I've gone back to creating a list, because having a list is actually helpful. I make a list when I'm at work, when I have stuff to do. When I was teaching, I had a lesson plan that kept me in check for throughout the day. So I don't know how you guys handle it. Leave a comment and tell me how you deal with having lupus, because sometimes I get home and I literally eat, shower, and I turn the laptop on to check email, and I'm knocked out before the computer comes on. It's sometimes you have those days. So even though I have a list, I don't always accomplish stuff on my list for that day. So it turns into the next day's duties that I have to fulfill, and then next thing I know, it's like 2-3 days worth of stuff that's backed up because I'm so fatigued from doing that. And you go Monday through Friday, and then next thing I know is Saturday, and that's the only day I have to rest, because Sunday is church and laundry. So I don't know what your schedule is like, but most days I use up all my spoons. I literally don't have any. In the morning, sometimes I get out the shower and I'm sleepy already. So when you think about, housework, paper plates instead, so you won't be piled up with dishes in the sink. That helps. Plastic cups. I don't worry about the fancy stuff. I'm doing stuff to make life a little easier for myself. Vacuuming, that's actually a chore. You got to vacuum. It's a good exercise, by the way. But when you're really fatigued, it's like, it's one more thing. And as far as sorting mail, yeah, it's a good idea to do it right away, but sometimes you don't have right away. You got so much things that needs to get done, so it does get overwhelming. So I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm doing the best I can to keep it all together. Again, I'm not superwoman. I'm very transparent that things do get backed up, especially when you're running around and you're doing work out there, and I come home and I might have an order to fulfill. Somebody ordered waist beads, and I have 2 orders of waist beads to do, and I'm like, I'm tired, but I have to fulfill the orders, stuff like that. Or I might have physical therapy after work. So I'm going from work to physical therapy, then I'm sitting in traffic some more to get home. I still have to come home and cook dinner. After dinner, I still have to, shower and get myself together for the next day. And especially if it's a day to wash hair. So I have to wash my hair and twist it and all of that. So it can be exhausting. But I'm doing this video to let somebody know that you're not by yourself. If you are single and you have all these responsibilities and you don't have anybody to help you with something as simple as your hair, you know, or you're running a business and you don't have anybody to help you on that end, and you have all the responsibilities of that, it can become a bit overwhelming, and it can get backed up. But you know, just hang in there, because that's pretty much what I've been doing, and just make sure that you create some type of system, which is what I'm trying to do. So I'm asking y'all, what systems do you have in place to help you keep track or stay on track? That way you don't get too overwhelmed with everything that you have going on. You know, because everybody do get tired. I mean, especially with the heat, us being in the summer months, that can be a factor when it comes to fatigue. And everybody want to get out sometimes and enjoy a festival or two, or just go outside. Not necessarily anything, a major event, but just to get out and enjoy some fresh air, and making sure you're doing self-care, because going out and enjoying yourself is a part of self-care. And I had to remind myself, as if even going to Target just to buy a new lipstick, that's self-care. I'm doing something for me. You know, I didn't even realize I didn't make my eyebrow appointment this past weekend. Simple stuff like that, because I had too much going on, and by the time I was finished, I was too exhausted. I couldn't get to the mall. So self-care, you know, so little things like that sometimes get bumped to the following weekend, not the next day, the following weekend, because my weekdays are so booked with doctor's appointments and physical therapy and just running back and forth doing other things. So again, I don't know how y'all do it. I'm asking for help. Shout it out. Leave a comment and let me know. Share this with somebody else. Let them know that they're not alone in their struggles of trying to manage it all. And even people who don't have lupus, I know they go through struggles of trying to fit everything in their schedule. And for us, when it becomes overwhelming, that's stress. And it wasn't until my fingers started to ache, I noticed my joints started getting the Charlie horse feeling, and then my toes and my ankles and my knees, I was like, yeah, I need to chill. I need to create a system so I'm not just running ragged trying to get everything done throughout the week. I need to just have a day for this, a day for that, or some type of system to be able to get it all done, or most of it. That way I don't feel so overwhelmed. So I'll let your girl. Again, this is just about, you know, how do you balance it all? Lupus and balance, if that's what you want to call this episode, is about, you know, the balancing act of trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle while living with this disease. So leave your comments so I can share it with everyone else. And again, thank you for joining us, and you have a blessed one.